Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a video on creating a personality. This is something that I've thought about recently, and it's something, I think it's a stage in one of your spiritual awakening stages, and one of them is, and it's basically after you go through like the dark night of the soul and you kind of move into this reformed version of yourself, and you really adopt this sort of I've done a video on creating a alter ego. This isn't necessarily you could see it as an alter ego, but it's more just of a way that you want to go about life and personify yourself. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like people talk about this in a negative way sometimes, I think, and you think, oh, you're not being authentic. And I definitely think you should live from your authentic self, but at the same time it's good to know what you stand for in terms of morals and things. So I'm going through that, I think, at the moment, and I think I see myself, right? And you may relate to parts of this, you may not. Obviously everyone's gonna have a different thing, for example. But for me, I relate to being an empath. I relate to being, what's the word, intuitive, in terms of I will observe what is around me before I jump straight in. Not necessarily, unless I know someone. I'm okay to sort of observe the room and, you know, try and figure out my place before I sort of jump in there first. I'm somewhat introverted. I'm a little bit autistic. I like sort of being in touch with myself. I'm quite introverted, and that's how I see myself, and I don't have time for people that I'm still figuring out my personality because I'm still quite young. I'm 24, but I feel like I have ADHD tendencies, and that means I will later develop my brain until 28. I'll keep developing my brain till 28. Some people stop developing at 24, some people stop developing later than that. People with ADHD tendencies can stop developing at 28. I feel like that's me. So anyway, stop talking about myself. I feel like, though, from my experience, it's just kind of cool to move into the world and express myself in the world, or, you know, integrate. And I think part of this is integrating your past self, but also letting go of the stuff that you've kind of, you know, incorporated in the past that might not work, that might not be for you anymore. And just releasing past conditioning, maybe integrating part of past conditioning that was helpful for you, having acceptance of the past, you know, realising you're in a bad toxic situation, you want to let that go and distance yourself fully, and realising you can, or just, you know, setting healthy expectations and boundaries of people that might be somewhat in your life, or, you know, whatever, and just sort of going through life with as the star character, if you like. And I'm not going about this thing like, oh, I have to like be the star of the show, whatever. Even though I probably do have some histrionic sides. Thank you, mother, for inheriting me that. But enter YouTube. But at the same time, it's just like, if you have a view of yourself, like I've said in the past on different videos, that you have different people will always have a different view of you, and that's not for you to worry about. Obviously I've been very good at distancing myself from toxic people for a good while, and I think you just have to do that for your own mental sanity. But we all have toxic tendencies. I've even found toxic tendencies in myself recently, so there we go. But you know intrinsically, if you're honest with yourself, who is good for you in your life and who's not, and what is based on trauma, or tolerating someone, is that based around trauma, or is it based around being authentic to your true self and wanting to find inner peace? And I definitely think we can all give something to the world, and there's always people in the world that do, you know, things that can be potentially good, even if it's mixed in with a bunch of other bad shit. But it's just about discerning that and realising what someone is capable of giving you and what they are most likely going to do. Are you going to put yourself in the way of abuse for getting too close to someone that is, you know, unhealthy, or, you know, not really aligned with you for whatever reason? So there we go. And also, you don't have to be a saint. It's not for you to be, you know, even if you're an empath, you don't have to be anything that doesn't serve you. That's the bottom line. I love being able to say no, and I'm just still stepping into my inner no sayer. But then at the same time, don't cut your nose off to spite your face, if that makes sense. Where was I going with this? Yeah, so I think I'm creating a personality. Yeah, it's just like if you know yourself, there's not a great deal that other people can do to take that away from you. I feel like we've obviously like you go through cycles of life. Like I'm sure everyone knows this anyway, but it's just something again that's coming back around to my consciousness. I'm a different person than I was, 7 years ago, whatever. Um, and I'm just very a lot more developed as a person. I'm a lot more old, if you like. And it's nice, like to be able to. I mean, this is what normal 24-year-olds are like, right? Like, they do have a personality and they do discern different people and they do hold themselves at the level that they want to, and they don't feel pressured necessarily to do stuff around people that they don't like or whatever. So, yeah, there we go. That's being a 24-year-old for you. So, yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.